Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ara, and I love to make handmade gifts and handmade cards. I have been gone a while from YouTube, but lately I've become interested in making journals. I believe these specific ones where you use materials that you find anywhere or repurpose go by the name of junk journals. So I made this little one, and I wanted to share with you, with all those that might become interested like me in making one. I like to sew and I like to make cards, so I have fabric around, and I also have yarn left over from other projects. And my goal is always to use items that I can repurpose or items that I find around my house, because it can get expensive if you just go out to buy all the materials that you need, and you'll be surprised how many of these materials you already have with you. So this particular journal is very small. It measures 5 inches by 5.5 inches. And so let me just share with you. I hope I can inspire you to make something handmade for someone. So I will open it. The closure is made with seam binding. I purchased some of this on eBay, and I purchased the one that is eggshell. It is eggshell, so my plan was to stain it or coffee stain it or change the color of it. And this particular one, I use coffee, leftover coffee, to coffee stain. And hopefully I can stay where the picture, where you can see well. But I just glued 2 strips, one at the beginning of right after the cover, and then one at the end, so I could close the album. Otherwise, your little book will just want to stay open. So you will need to design a way to close it. On the cover, I glued a flower, Prima flower, and some eyelash yarn. And for this journal, I'm using tacky glue, but you can certainly use a hot glue gun if you have one. The cover itself also has a piece of fabric on the spine, and I sewed it using my sewing machine on these 2 sections of the cover. This particular paper I found on Pinterest. It was a free download, and I glued it to my cardstock. So let me open up the pages, and hopefully I'll remember to tell you what is important. So I love these little paper dolls from Tim Holtz, and you'll see them throughout the book. This is a little pocket that I created using tea-stained scrapbook, and very simply I just attached it to the sides of the back cover. And there's a little piece of, can't think of what this is called. It's not jute. I'm sorry, it'll come back to me later. But I have quite a bit of this material, and a paper button. So some of the pages, some of the signatures are made with coffee stain paper, and this is regular typing paper, regular bond paper. The first one here has a little tag, and this is where you can start decorating your book. using different things. I made this little tag that opens up, and for this I use an index card. Now the little scripture verse comes from my daily word box, which has scripture to memorize, and I just scanned several of the verses, and then I have them now to put on my tags or on my cards. And I also stitched some lace, some flat lace, which has also been coffee stained. And the top has rickrack that I staple on the top of the little tag. So that just goes stapled there. And whoever gets this out, this little journal can write on in the inside of the tag or on these blank pages that you will see throughout. So turning on the page, the next page was made using a card, and this is a card, part of a card that I found at Goodwill, and some leftover cardstock for the belly band and lace glued to the little piece of to the belly band. And let me see if I can show you. When you have these belly bands, you can also, I try to put a lace here too, so I could have another pocket closure to include yet another tag. There's a piece of doily, again tea stained, and on this next one here is an envelope. It's part of junk mail. We get a lot of junk mail, and I tea stained it, and I glued a piece of the daily bread scripture. And this one has some flat bias, lacy bias. No, I believe this is called binding, lacy binding. And the top part of the envelope is open, so I included a tag, a little mini tag, which has decorated with an image that I found on Pinterest. And some of the pages or tags on this book were distressed using Tim Holtz Distress ink. This product right here works really good to make your tags look aged. So again, you can slip that. I can slip that back into the envelope, and you could also put a picture too. If you were sending this book to someone who's celebrating a birthday, you could add their picture there. This right here is an image I found also on Pinterest, a free image, and I just glued it to the back part of the envelope. This page is blank for journaling. Again, here's one of those little paper dolls from Tim Holtz. And this is a blank page, also for journaling, which is the other side of the card. This is the card that I found on Goodwill. Keep your eyes open when you go into Goodwill. They have a little section where you can find old cards, lace, fabric, anything like that. So, and the last page has a blank tea stained piece of paper where you can write, or whoever gets this little journal can write memories or special messages. And I just think that little paper doll is just so cute. And we come to the end of the book. Like I said, this was a very small book, and this is one of my tea stain mini crochet doilies that I make, and I just grabbed it and tea stained it again and applied some glue at the top, so it adds another special sweet touch. And on the inside there's a tag, I found this is a free download on Pinterest. And to make these tags, I just glue it to a piece of paper. And then fold the paper, and cut all the layers together and put some lace at the top. And there's a little pocket that was created when I glued a piece of cardstock to the back portion of the cover. And that's it. That's it. I hope, I'm sure I'll be making more of these. I'm just having too much fun. So I hope you like it, and I hope you try it as well. They're not hard to make, and there are lots and lots of tutorials on YouTube that tell you how to bind all your signatures. Speaking about that, for this particular one, I decided to sew all the pages, since there's not that many pages. But I think I really do prefer doing the other method where you poke holes through all the layers and then use a needle. I think it, for me, it's more accurate. As you can see here the stitching that was done with my sewing machine. Thanks for watching, and let me know if you like it. And I look forward to sharing with you again. Have a blessed day.